I want to first start by saying when I first walked into the room this morning, the first thing I saw was this couch. Made me think, does that mean that we're all crazy to be in the meat industry and this is group therapy? And the other thing I thought of, and this is me, is there going to be an intervention this afternoon? And I see my mother's not here or my wife, so I think I'm okay. The other thing that made me a little bit nervous about getting up today and talking with a lapel mic is last time I had a lapel mic, there was a farewell tribute to the CEO at Lilydale, and they had mic'd me up. Everyone came in the office. They put on the cameras, ready to roll, and I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm live, and I go into the bathroom, but I didn't know the sound was on, right? So everybody in my office is listening to all the actions in the bathroom. And I come out, and they're all laughing, and, and I'm thinking, first thing, what the heck are they laughing about? And then when they told me, the first thing that came to my mind is, gee, I'm glad I washed my hands. So thank you very much for the opportunity to talk this afternoon. I have the great opportunity to be the Director of Marketing Sales for a small upstart company, Siwin Foods, that makes quality foods. And I also have the great opportunity to continue in value-added products, which I've been in for the last 18 years. And really, value-added products are just limited to our imagination. And doing quality products is very important these days. I've worked in places where we haven't always done quality. And the reason I came to Siwin is because of quality. It's always easier to get listings, get product in the marketplace if you're doing a good job. So let me start by giving you a little background of Siwin Foods. Siwin Foods is the largest meat manufacturer in the province in China. And I'd like to introduce Mr. Chung Lin, who's the founder and general manager of the company in Alberta and in China. So Mr. Chung Lin. So how did Siwin Foods get to Alberta? Well, in the year 2000, Siwang, is that right, Mr. Lin? Thank you. Got it right by the boss. Wanted to expand their presence in the world food market. So they scoured the globe. I always wanted to use the word scoured in a presentation. That's awesome. So they scoured the globe to find a country where they could locate their new operation. And they looked in many countries, including Australia, Brazil, and Canada, just to name a few. In 2004, they decided that Canada was the best choice and chose Canada because of the high reputation for food quality and for Alberta in particular for its highest meat quality in the world, and also for the cooperation and assistance the Alberta government provided and would provide in the future. Let's see if I can do this. Whoops. So in 2005, Siwin Foods was developed and moved into the Alberta Food Processors Development Center. So all those people who like acronyms, AFPDC, last acronym I'm going to use today, where many undertakings started to help Siwin become a quality food processor in Canada. Siwin Foods then moved into the incubator at the same location where we currently are today. And as Sean said, that we're pleased to announce that we're building a brand new facility in the Edmonton region. When I first started working at Siwin Foods in the fall of 2009, Siwin had two products in production, ring sausage and Asian sausage. They had two products ready for production, Smokies and Oriental cuisine. Who put this table so high? And the challenge we had with this lineup is that two of them were Me Too products, so products that are similar to products already in the marketplace. And those were the ring sausage and are the ring sausage and the Smokies. A fifth product, which was a product more for Asian people who understood what the product was and how to prepare it, which is what we call our Asian sausage, was too different. People in Canada, Canadian people really didn't understand how to prepare it and how to serve it. And the fourth product, Oriental cuisine, everyone loved it. We took it to many places. Everyone loved it, couldn't get it listed. It was just too expensive to make, and our facility wasn't laid out properly to streamline the costs. So Siwin Foods really has two listings. The ring sausage, which today is doing extremely well at Sobeys stores and enjoys a huge growth over the last few years. And if I may add, is a great ring sausage. And I do get paid to say that, but it's true. My family, my wife's family is of Ukrainian descent, and they know their kubasa, and I thought one of the greatest compliments that I ever got was my father-in-law saying that he liked our kubasa better than the stuff they had at home. So great compliment. And the other listing that we had was Asian sausage at stores that were more specifically Asian-style retailers, so with very limited growth. It just so happened that before I started at Siwin Foods, a good friend of mine had completed his MBA, and I was reading his theses, and I was actually reading his theses at the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. There I said it, I should get a free night. And he had done a study on a company that were very good at what they were doing, but were doing it for just a few specific customers. And what they wanted to do was to branch out into different sectors of the industry to grow their business, but it was taking them into areas that they were unfamiliar with and had no experience. Much like Siwin Foods, a company from China doing kubasa and smokies with no previous experience. So my friend's recommendation was to keep doing what you're doing, do it best, do it better, and take it to the mainstream to grow the business. His theses made me think about what we were doing at Siwin Foods, kubasa and smokies, two Me Too products, which were very hard to get listed because they're already in the marketplace. Someone has already had that space on the shelves for years and years, and they had a relationship with the retailers. And also, they had the consumer following. So to get into that has been very, very difficult. But here we have a company like Siwin Foods, is the largest food company in their province in China. And by the way, their province in China is 100 million people, which to us Canadians is a big number. They've got they're the largest food company in China, and they have all this resource to draw on, all the experience, all the recipes. So why don't we do an Asian-style product and take it mainstream? So the first product we came up with, we call the Siwin Sizzlers. They're raw, frozen, thin sliced pork marinated in 5 different flavors, and I don't think I need to say that it's Alberta pork. Marinated in 5 different flavors: teriyaki, black bean, Korean barbecue, spicy Thai, and sweet and sour. Just add a little bit of oil into a pan, separate gently while you're cooking, add some rice, some noodles, some vegetables, and you have a meal for a family of 4 for under $8. Great for a family that can't decide what to have for dinner, great for an active family, great for young people, and why not have the leftovers for lunch? Now, we decided to develop this product as a raw product rather than cooked or cooked with vegetables for a few different reasons. First of all, price. And it was interesting in Terry's presentation this morning when he was talking about how consumers decide on which products to purchase. The number 2 thing was price. And we wanted to keep it raw to keep the costs out. Once you start cooking something, it drives the price up. We wanted to keep the cost out and of course keep it more affordable. The second was not everybody likes vegetables, or not everybody likes rice, and not everybody likes noodles. So why not give the customer a product? You know, you get your kids who say, I don't like peas, or I don't like broccoli, or whatever. Let the family decide what they want to put with our product, if anything. And third, our research told us that the meal preparer in the house still wanted to be involved in the preparation of the meal. They wanted to feel like they contributed to the family's meal that evening or for lunch at that point. They didn't want to just plug something into a microwave and put it on a table. But they also didn't want to spend a lot of time doing or working on a meal where they didn't have the time to do. So Siwin Sizzlers take 7 minutes to prepare. The second product we came up with was the Siwin pot stickers. Now, this was something that was started before I joined the company, and it's a recipe that comes out of northern China where pot stickers originated. They have no MSG, they're low in sodium, they have more meat than vegetable, they have elongated fill, so you get a taste of the delicious filling with every bite. That sounded like a commercial, eh? A taste of the delicious filling with every bite. Awesome. Boil in and fry on one side, ready in minutes. We launched this product into the Asian marketplace to start, but soon found out that we had missed the target market somewhat. Only a few customers were buying the product, and that's were people who like more meat than vegetables. The complaint was the product wasn't juicy enough, that it wasn't what they were used to. So First of all, I'd like to thank Iris and Alma for giving us the opportunity to serve the pot stickers last night. And I want to ask you, who had the pot stickers last night, if you could show of hands? Wow. And who had them for the very first time last night? Quite a few. And now I'm in sales, and I don't like rejection, so I'm not going to ask you who liked them. But Sean and Gordon, you witnessed that. There was another focus group study. so another write-off. Thank you. I'm in that 10% bracket that Terry talked about, 10% of people who don't think I'm smarter than anybody else. To counter the complaint we had about the pot stickers, about having more meat than vegetable, we developed the Siwin dumplings. Now, the Siwin dumplings have a little bit thinner dough. They have more vegetables. We recommend boiling and then serve. That's kind of the traditional way. Or you can boil and fry. So more of a traditional flavor. Now, Siwin Foods now has 3 Asian-style products: sizzlers, pot stickers, dumplings, that we want to take to the mainstream retailer. The sizzlers had never been seen by consumers before in the marketplace. Pot stickers and dumplings have, but they've had really limited growth, or really limited opportunities in grocery stores, and really just had one spot. And for a few years, and quite a few years, haven't done really that well. Now, I always use this as an example. Well, I guess I can look here. This is awesome. I always use this as an example, but, and I apologize if any of these photos look blurry, because anybody who knows me, and there's quite a few people who know me, which was nice to see last night at the reception, a lot of old faces that I haven't seen in years. I guess I could have said familiar. But I didn't, and I'm not apologetic. So what I want to show you is, what I'm trying to show you here is, you can see that there's 2 doors in this upright of pierogies. Now, if you guys remember pierogies, a few years ago there was one spot. And possibly into that spot where I didn't take a picture, I left too much on this left-hand side and not enough on the right, but there might be even the 3rd door started. But if you remember pierogies quite a few years ago, they had one spot in the uprights. And now if you look at this, there's 2 full doors. I guess they didn't put it on the top shelf because you can't see pierogies because they lay down. But you've got all these different flavors now. There used to just be potato pierogi. Now you've got potato and bacon, cheese, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. We eat potato at home. And what the retailers are telling us, when they buy it, put it on a BOGO, they can't keep them in fast enough anymore. So that's how, consumers' perception of product have changed over the year. And I don't know if this is a good example, but a lot of us, when we were kids, pizza was a new thing. First time we were ever introduced with pizza, I think, was Kraft maybe, and we had to roll it out and put on the sauce. I like that stuff, Ken. I lived on that. But now you look where pizzas are everywhere, and how that market has expanded. So how do we get people to change their main meal idea and do something totally new to them? Well, you'd think the first challenge would be to get the product listed, especially for a small, unknown company like us that buyers have never heard of. But our experience has been very positive when it comes to dealing with buyers for major retailers. We've been able to get into almost all retailers, if not all, in Western Canada. Doesn't mean that they've bought our product, but they've at least given us the opportunity to show it, which is fantastic. And I know a few years ago I was in a brainstorming or no, it couldn't be for me, brainstorming or a strategic planning session. And one of the things that we did in the roundtable they asked us to talk about was, what do you see in the challenges in the industry? What things would you like to see changed? And I remember one person saying, well, the listing fees are so big. And another person saying the ad of doing features are so large. And distribution was another one that came up. And just my luck, I said, well, I see the biggest challenge being, if you're a new upstart company, how do you displace the large manufacturers like the Maple Leaf, the Schneiders, the Lilydales? How do you displace those people? And I guess that was karma, because it come full circle, and now I'm living that. But I will say, if we had stuck to Me Too products, we would still be where we were 5 years ago. What we're able to do by developing a unique quality product is to get into retailers, and they want to see us. And as a matter of fact, I was just just telling Mr. Lin, I went up to my room to do some emails, and we just got an email from one of the largest retailers in Canada to come out to Ontario to see them to present our products. So for a small company like that, that's a great opportunity. So how do you get them to buy your products? Well, you've got to get them to try it. And how do you get them to try it? You do features or ads at retailers with an aggressive price. And that's a term I learned from the guys in sales. I was in production, as I said, maybe I said, I didn't say, for 15 years. And the sales guys had all these terms that they try to BS us with. And one of them was aggressive pricing. Now, some people like to call that cheap. But now that I'm in sales, I call it aggressive pricing. So as I said, the first thing is to do is get a feature and ad with a good price. You want to draw people to your product. You need to work with the retailer to get the best price possible that will encourage people to try your product and not have to worry about being too expensive for them to try something they've never tried before. After all, we're all willing to try something new for the very first time, especially if it's cheap. Except for alcohol, we buy that anyway. So as an example of some of the recent ads we've done, you can see, some of them are hard to see, but we've got very good support in the retail industry. The second way to get people to try your product and to eventually buy it is to do demos. We found that demos are probably the best way to change people's mindset on whether they're going to buy your product. Often when you do demos, people are trying your product for the very first time. And usually if you get them over to try your product, they're going to like your product. Well, they're going to like Siwin's product, obviously. I get paid to say that. But they're going to like your product, and they're going to be happy to buy it. But sometimes people say, oh, my kids, they don't like this product. They'll never try this. And recently I went to one of the buyers, and she said to me, I gave her the product to try, came back a few weeks later, she said, I didn't like your product. For whatever reason. She didn't like her product, but my kids did. So I buy your product all the time now. So often when you're doing demos, you're not just doing it for the person who's trying it, you're doing it for the person that possibly they could be buying for or thinking of other than themselves. Now this is a very expensive undertaking, but we feel it's well worth the money that we spent. And Alma has helped us tremendously in all these things, features and demos, and I'll talk a little bit more about our appreciation, but certainly that's one of the things that they've helped us to get into the marketplace. The other thing is so here's some examples of demos that we've done. See the Siwin splashed all over, pot stickers. Lady not very interested. The third thing is to get the best display you can. Now we've talked about having an aggressive price, I like that word, and to draw people to your product. Getting the best display that you can is very important. If the retailer puts your product, say, on the bottom shelf or behind one of the pillars in the upright, you're never going to be able to move this product. You want to get into the high-end demand bunkers. This is where everyone shops for bargains or for something new. Now add an end bunker, add a nice display with aggressive pricing and a demo, and now you're going to move some product. So people are going to try that because they believe that that's the bargain that they want to purchase. And often the retailer will give you this opportunity because they want to be successful too. Let's not forget that they didn't bring in your product not to do well. They also want you to do well because it was their recommendation to bring your product into their stores. So some nice shiny examples of where our product were. See the full bunker of sizzlers there? Full bunker of pot stickers and dumplings, just beautiful. Little tear to my eye. Little mix, so looking really good. And the final shot. And the final thing that I would like to talk about in doing what we've done or what you should do or we believe you should do, and I should say that I was talking to Gordon Cove last night, and we're talking about the challenges to getting listed. And I used to work at major processors, and when they came out with a new product, it's much different than what you have to do when you come out with a product that your unknown company like Siwin Foods. And the things that I'm talking about and the 4 points that I'm going to show you or have showed you are more talking about what we've done at Siwin Foods. When you're with a large company, you come out, you've already got your branding. People already like you or they don't like you. and you kind of come out, you put a good price on it, and people are going to buy it. I know that sounds simple, and when I was working for those companies, I never said that. I'd whine about how hard it was and go back to golfing. But yeah, it's hard to be a single handicap. So one of the things you may want to do to help you sell your product is take a look at the packaging. What makes it unique? Is it Canadian made? Are there no additives? Is it better for you? Does it taste great? Whatever the unique opportunity you have, put it on the packaging to help you promote your products. And here's just, oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot one more beautiful one. So here's some of the things that we've done to make our products and help them sell. Made in Alberta, made in Western Canada, pure world flavors, purely Canadian ingredients, restaurant quality in 7 minutes, and we've been using the localize as well too. So, in concluding, I'm not doing bad actually. In concluding, this is the lineup at Siwin Foods now. You can see our kubasa, you can see our pot stickers, dumplings, sizzlers, and Asian sausage, all looking marvelous. Here's a shameless plug, sorry, because we have a new plant to pay for. I have a wedding in a couple weeks for one of my sons. Kids need shoes, so I encourage you guys to go to these stores and buy our products, especially if you liked them last night. If you like the pot stickers, you're going to like the dumplings, you're going to like the sizzlers, you're going to like the kubasa. You're going to like the Asian sausage. So here's the shameless plugs where you can buy our products and who's supporting us. And it isn't without extreme appreciation that Siwin would like to thank Alma for all their support in helping us. It's not without Alma, not without Alberta Agricultural and Rural Development assistance, we wouldn't be in the position we are today. We wouldn't be going out to see a major retailer in Ontario in a few weeks. And the staff at both locations are just excellent, and we can't say enough good things. So a big thank you to both organizations. In closing, I thank you very much for the opportunity to talk today. Please look for Siwin Foods products when you're in the grocery stores. And that's the end of my presentation.